This is brutal. So I feel like if there's one thing I could change about the industry, success should be based on your ability to perform.
Without further ado, let's get our next guest on. The one and only Mr. Jordan Tyler from the Bites. Hello.
Hi, Emma. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Really excited to have you on. I've been playing your songs on the radio show since I started a year ago. I think it's 5 singles that we've played on the show. So yeah, we've heard a lot of your music, and the album has been, it's out, and it is now, tearing up the radio airwaves, and people are excited about this. Woo! And
As are we.
I recognize that T-shirt from your new video as well. So yes, it's a very nice. You can't see it on the radio, obviously. So so it's great to have you on. So how are you?
I'm doing great, Emma. Doing great. It's been an incredible week now that the album is finally out. We've hit the midweek top 40 in the UK. I think we're at the number 30 slot right now. We're trying to keep those sales rolling, and come Friday, we'll be on the charts, as they say.
Well, it's going to happen, isn't it? It's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Talent is rising. It's a beautiful thing. You are a relatively new band, though. So who are the Bites? Give us a rundown.
The Bites, we are Hollywood's hottest rock and roll band. There's 5 of us. I'm Jordan. We got Mark on the drums, John and Dustin on guitar, and Zach on bass. Between the 5 of us, we're from all over the United States. We all convened here in Hollywood, and we've been playing together since 2019. We put together like kind of a demo album, back then, just to have some tunes to play out. It was very bare bones, raw sound, wasn't exactly like groundbreaking or anything, but the shows were fun. People kept wanting to come back. And as the pandemic hits, Mark and I were living together at the time. We started writing more together. His production skills went absolutely through the ceiling, and we just got this bigger, badder sound, and that translated to the rest of the songs that we were working on, and we put together this fantastic album that we're super proud of. We caught the attention of Earache Records over TikTok. They saw our song Knocking on the Door, which we released independently in 2021. They ended up signing us later that year. A couple more songs got added to the equation, and then the album was done. And as we started to be able to play a little bit more and more and more, we caught the attention of TKO, and they've been our booking agency the last year or so. We just got off our first tour here in the States about 3 weeks ago, and we have our first UK tour in November, December, which we are absolutely over the moon about. We cannot wait to hop across the pond. We have like 20 shows in 21 days. It's something outrageous. We got festivals. We're doing a bunch of in-store signings over there. All of us are just absolutely elated to be over there. So we're excited.
Absolutely amazing. That was a really good run through of the band and the history and everything. So I was going to ask you about the TikTok thing. I mean, I'm not of the age of TikTok, Jordan, but you have like 2 million or more people. What is it, followers or likes, or what is the thing on TikTok that you're big on?
There's all sorts of stuff. I think I have like 107 something thousand followers or whatever, and then like probably like 2 million likes or something. I'll take it. I will never stick my nose up to that. It's some pretty sweet numbers. But I love this story, and I can't help but tell it. Back when I started TikTok, I just followed my friends. My friends followed me. I didn't have any sort of following. And one day I made a TikTok kind of poking fun at the radio stations that I used to listen to growing up. There was one in particular in Chicago called 97.9 The Loop. It was my favorite radio station. And they would always do this thing where before they'd play a song, they would go, "We're bringing you the hardest rock from bands like AC/DC, Aerosmith, and Led Zeppelin." And then they'd play a song by Aerosmith, AC/DC, Led Zeppelin. I did the thing where I made fun of that by naming like 100 bands, all in that super gravelly radio voice. And then I ended up playing My Girl by The Temptations, which is like not a hard rock song by any means. And people thought that was hilarious. So the follower count started going up. And then all of a sudden I had like 10,000 followers. I started doing like vocal covers on there, singing like Zeppelin and Stone songs, whatever. And then there's 50,000 followers and then 100,000 followers. And I'm just having fun on there, really. And we were able to catch the attention of Earache, which is a huge blessing for us, and it's been great. I will never never scoff at social media. It is definitely the way of the world. Well, much to many of our dismays, but it is super helpful and crucial for our careers. So we'll take
Yeah.
it.
100%. Well, you've done very well on there. I mean, I don't go on the old TikTok, but it's great that it's helped you along your way. And bands do need that. They need that something. And I was talking to somebody a little while ago, and we're just saying, it's not just about the music, it's about timing and it's about luck, being at the right time at the right place, and have someone look at your TikTok at the right time, and from Earache Records in your case. So yeah, it's just one of the, you got to just find your way, haven't you? And you're well on your way, which is a wonderful thing. It's just great to see the band just picking up momentum as we go, and it's just a really exciting time. So you've answered who, where are you in the world?
We are based in Hollywood, California. We're about a mile from the Sunset Strip. All of our favorite haunts, like the Rainbow and the Whiskey. We're actually playing the Whiskey in a couple days. It's all right at our disposal, and it definitely brings the nostalgic into it, or the nostalgic factor into it. And we're happy to be here. We love it. I've lived here for about 6 years now, and there's nowhere else I'd rather be. Of course, we love touring and taking it on the road, but in terms of a place to call home, this is home.
It's a great place to be for being in a band, isn't it? You're
Very.
there. Lots of good stuff happening in Hollywood, but sometimes it might get a bit much. You might need a little bit of peace and quiet, maybe.
I've always been a city boy, so I love the hustle bustle. I love hearing the sirens wail by my window and everything. But now every once in a while, it is nice to just kind of disappear. Fortunately, we're pretty close to the desert. Every once in a while, we'll take a trip out to Palm Springs or Joshua Tree, just kind of escape for a little bit, just enjoy the silence, as Depeche Mode said.
As they did say. Yeah, that is a tune, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the why is the next question. So why music for you? Who got you into music? Why are you doing this?
I've been surrounded by music, rock and roll in particular, my whole life. Growing up, my parents were divorced before I even had memories, so I spent a lot of my childhood and formative years in the backseat of a car, and there was always radio playing. There was always my dad's booklet of CDs and tapes, and I was curious. I'd be sitting in the backseat of the car. I'd go, Dad, what song is this? And he would go, Black Dog. And I said, who sings it? And he would go, Led Zeppelin. I said, who's the singer? And he would go, Robert Plant. Who's the guitar player? Jimmy Page. And it was like that with every song, every band. And I was infatuated. It was so interesting to me. And he gifted me CDs, and I would read all the liner booklets and everything. It was just it was this massive domino effect. And then I of course wanted to start singing and performing, playing guitar, and then that led to writing music. I'd been in and out of bands from age 13 to when I started the Bites in 2018, 2019, and finally found something that works. I of course, rock and roll is the first language, but after it not working for a while, I tried other things, other sounds, other things got introduced to me in my life. I tried those things, nothing worked because it wasn't as organic. And then going back to my roots of rock and roll is where it worked, and it was like, yeah, this is me. They're undeniably me. So
Oh, I love
that's
that.
pretty.
So we're doing well. We've done the who, the where, the why, which I loved. So the what. What are you working on at the moment? We've already talked about it. So, but let's just do it in its correct area, in the what area. So yeah, what is going on with the Bites right now?
What is going on? We are still basking in all the glory of finally having Squeeze out. It's been a long time coming. So we're in part-time celebratory mode and part-time like, hey, we got to make sure everyone on Earth has a copy in their hands of Squeeze. And if not that, at least having them hear the songs on their radio stations, Spotify, wherever they're listening to music. And while we're doing that, we're going on a quick run with a band called Metal Church this week. We actually leave tomorrow. We're really excited about that. Of course, we're coming to the UK in November, December, a couple festivals, in-store signings, club dates. It's going to be fantastic. After that, we have a tour with Jared James Nichols, big blues rock guy. He's fantastic. We're doing a Southwest and West Coast run with him in January, February. Whilst planning the rest of summer 24, we're already working on the second album. We got a lot of ideas in the hopper. We've already started some of the recording process. This album is going to be even bigger and badder, more aggressive. The production quality is going to go even higher. But the great news is it's not going to be like this unheard of kind of confusing sound. You're going to hear it and go, "Oh, that's the Bites. This is what the Bites got in store for us." So we're all really excited. There's so much in the chamber, and we're just ready to work.
Yeah, I got the energy. The energy is coming across here. It's a really exciting time for you, and I'm loving it as well because, as a radio person, we get sent your music, and it's like this great band from Hollywood, and they've got this album called Squeeze coming out, and here's another single from it, and this is another video from it. And it's exciting for us as well because we get to see the things grow, and then the final, bit of excitement is when the album comes out, and then seeing how high it gets in the charts and how many other people are going to jump on the bandwagon now. But that's okay. We don't mind people joining on the bandwagon, the Bites
Not at
bandwagon.
all.
Not at all. So I'm just looking at your track listing now, so we can talk about the what in a little bit more depth. Squeeze is in front of me on my screen over here. And I mean, I've loved all the songs that I've played. Do Me a Favor, Heather Leather, Knocking on the Door, Good Love, and Squeeze, the title track. They've all been songs that we've got to know and love here in the UK. And I would say my favorite is Good Love. But Heather Leather's great, and so is Do Me a Favor. It's really difficult to actually choose, but can you actually choose your favorite song from the album?
It's so hard because I love all these songs, and I feel like every day I have a new favorite. I will say the album that I have the biggest soft spot for would be Love Affair.
Ooh.
And my reason for that being, obviously we have a very kind of retro, timeless kind of sound, stretching from the 70s and 80s, whatever. Of course, it all came out this year in 2023. But if you were to blindfold somebody and just have no visual representation of us, and you played Love Affair for them, I would say 99 out of 100 people would tell you, "Oh, this song came out in 1979, right?" I feel like that one is just the most truly, unabashedly classic rock song that we have, and because of it, it just has a special place inside me. So,
Oh, it's a proper baby of yours. That's so
yeah.
cute. Okay, so I mean, you've preempted my next question. Which song means the most to you? What would you say is the best song to play live, Jordan?
Our live song that is truly just the next level one for us is the title track. It's definitely Squeeze. But obviously, the pandemic happened. We went year and a half without playing a live song or a show live, and then we got together for rehearsal. We had all these new songs. The guys learned them. We did like Knocking on the Door. We did Pretty Boys, and then we didn't really have a track list yet or a set list order. And then we did Squeeze, and the five of us played it, and we got through it in one take, no problem. And all of us just looked at each other like, "Whoa." And then when we finally did it live, however many days later, everyone had that same reaction of just like, "Oh my, like what do these guys do in the last year and a half? What kind of steroids were they taking to sound and perform this?" So Squeeze has definitely become the highlight of the live show, undoubtedly.
Brilliant. Oh, well, we look forward to seeing you perform that. So the UK tour has been announced, and you come to the UK end of November. And you're going to be playing, yeah, as you said, quite a lot of dates. Milton Keynes, Sheffield, Wolverhampton, Chester, Liverpool, Newcastle, Bradford, Plymouth, Southampton, Grimsby, and Blackpool. All of those lovely British names.
Yes.
Is this your first time playing in the UK, as the first question? And secondly, have you been to the UK before anyway?
This will be the first time the Bites are playing overseas. I have been to the UK before. A couple years ago, I was kind of a hired gun situation. I was playing guitar for a gal. We were opening up for the Struts, and we did, I think, 9 shows in like 11 days overseas or in the UK. I had the most incredible time. Everyone was so kind. The cities were beautiful. I was drunk the whole time. It was an absolutely amazing experience. Some of the venues that we played were beautiful. We got to play like Shepherd's Bush in London. We got to do the Garage in Glasgow. even just talking about these cities again, like I'm so eager to return,
Mm.
and not only just return but play as the Bites, share share our songs with the UK, the folks who have truly had our backs the longest. So
And then the Jared James Nichols tour after that. I met Jared once, and you said he's a big. You mentioned he's a big artist, but he's actually really big artist. He's like 100 feet tall.
statuesque.
Oh, he's so tall, but great talent, and that is a great gig to get on as well. So I hope that goes well.
Thank you.
Um, and there's one thing. I mean, we've talked about the positive stuff about the music industry and the fact that, we've got the internet and everything. I'm gonna finish with a question that I ask everybody as well when I remember. If there's one thing about the music industry you could change, what would it be? Now, a lot
Oh
of people
man,
say the internet, but the internet is a good thing, really, for you. It has been for you. So, yeah, if you could change anything about the music industry, what do you reckon?
I don't want this to turn into a 45-minute tirade from my end because it could. And I'm a very positive person, especially here in LA where there are so many artists of all different types of music and styles. If there was one thing about the music industry that I would change, I would absolutely, absolutely 120% say any success and furthering in terms of the business world of an artist should always be reliant on the performance aspect, because anybody could go into a studio, or anybody who has a laptop can record a song and have it out on the internet, on Spotify, on SoundCloud, or whatever, on the radio that day. They could be a superstar overnight. But when it comes to the fact of getting on stage and performing, I feel like no one knows how to perform anymore. I feel like I go to a lot of shows here in Hollywood. I've seen shows growing up in Chicago. People shows are so boring to watch. Like oh my god, like is this still like what is a 25-minute set feels like a 4 hour long set just because it's so uninteresting. And oftentimes whether you have the best voice in the world or a not good voice, it's like oh my god, like this is brutal. So I feel like if there's one thing I could change about the industry, success should be based on your ability to perform. And if you can't hang it or you can't hack it, next.
Yeah, next.
Exactly. That's
Oh,
we'll get a big cane and yank you off the stage.
I love
But
that.
I
That
think
was
that'd be the
funny.
thing.
That was really good. I like that. And
Yeah.
no one said that before either, Jordan. So
Really,
that's a really nice little unique thing that you've got going on there. If you can't perform, get the hell out.
I
You
made it.
deserve nothing. But anyway,
Totally.
yeah, but let's just fight everyone that can't do it. Let's just
Oh, absolutely.
actually I don't like violence. But that's good. I love that answer. It's been great to talk to you. Thank you for coming on. It's been great to play your music on the radio and introduce proper rock and roll to the masses. A
Absolutely.
lot of radio stations that play my show are not used to guitar music or drums or anything like that. So it's just great to say there are new bands out there that are, really doing well, and they're doing great things. So I'm really excited about the album, and I'm really excited about you coming to the UK and everything else that's happening for the Bites. So enjoy every minute of it, and thank you for coming on, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for having us. We'll see you in a couple months.
Cannot wait. Take care. See you
Thanks,
soon.
Emma.